Hello, my name's Steve Irwin. I'm your host and moderator. This is Prescott Gallery of Homes. Today we're going to highlight Hazley Homestead and Hidden Valley Ranch. Our guest speakers are going to be Terry Atkins and Simon Fort. They're real estate professionals with ERA Real Estate Professionals here in beautiful downtown Prescott.
Hi, I'm Simon Fort with ERA Real Estate Professionals here in Prescott, Arizona. And this is my co-host.
Hi, and I'm Terry Atkins with ERA Real Estate Professionals. I've been a full-time realtor right here in Prescott for 17 years.
We went out to Hidden Valley Ranch and we viewed, how many? Three different...
Three houses in Hidden Valley Ranch.
Three houses in Hidden Valley Ranch. The first one was at 265 Long Branch East. This is a 4,712 square foot home, 2-story, and it has some amazing views.
The views, well, they were the best part, I have to say it. The views, if you want a house with views, this is the one.
Yeah, windows all the way, you can see all the way down into the city of Prescott, out to Granite Mountain, Thumb Butte. It was just gorgeous. One of the other things I noticed is if you come in the front door on the top level, if you had a bad day, there's a bar right inside the door. So you can go ahead and grab your favorite beverage and kind of relax into the day. Then if you go to the right, it goes straight into the master bedroom area,
yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But this floor plan is huge. You could actually have 2 families living in this place and probably not see each other, which, depending on your family, that might be a good thing.
You could even have your master downstairs if you wanted, if you really wanted it to be separate. Then you do have a huge, would you call that an atrium?
Yeah, it was an atrium. I think it started out as just kind of a back patio, and they enclosed it, put some fans in and some nice lighting. As you come into the house, it's just to the left. It's got windows into the atrium from inside the house.
But I think you're going to do most of your sitting outside on the front deck.
Because of
after
the views.
you hit the bar and, and
get your
sit on the deck with the views.
Get your favorite cocktail and head outside. And because you do look over the entire city at night, you're going to see the glow of downtown. And because I do live in that area, I know it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful up there. This is in Hidden Valley. Hidden Valley has a community kitchen, a fitness center, and an outdoor pool. What other amenities?
There is a racquetball court, and
well, and the nice thing about it is that area kind of backs up right up against the National Forest, Prescott National Forest. So it's really quiet back there. You have wildlife running through your backyard half the time. There's deer, javelina. It's a really enjoyable place to live.
And this is in the Ponderosa Pines. So a lot of times we get people coming to us saying, you know, when I think of Prescott, I think of living in the trees. And this is what I call living in the trees. You have the Ponderosa Pines and you've got the trails that you can get to easily.
Yeah, it's
actually
this is a decent sized lot. This is just over a half an acre. This is that 265 Long Branch, and it is a 2-story. So you're going to drive in on the lower level, and that's the garage level, and then stairs to the upstairs. So it is something to consider when purchasing your home. If you're looking for a single level, this isn't it. But you could have, like I said, 2 separate families in the same home.
This was a large home.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
The next house we previewed was 1714 Quail Run. This house is just over 2,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms. It is another 2-story house.
It's on 0.2 acres. It does have a walkout basement, natural gas. The flooring is both carpet and wood.
This one did have granite countertops with a kitchen island, which was very nice. You've got an open kitchen. I like to be in the kitchen where I can see into my great room or my living room so that I'm part of everything. I enjoy cooking, so I like to do that.
Get the family together. You know, one of the things I didn't mention is you're about a half a mile to a mile away from downtown Prescott, so you can be shopping at the local grocery store, within 5 to 10 minutes. Jump in the car and you're right downtown in no time flat.
Or you could ride your bike.
Or you could ride your bike. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful out there, fresh air. Nice area. This next property is at 1545 Valley Ranch Circle, also a Hidden Valley. This is 2,618 square feet. We would both consider this a value buy, right?
Right.
It does have a shared drive. Some of the fixtures inside the home probably need upgrading. The floors probably need some upgrading as well. But again, it's in Hidden Valley, a nice area to live.
And you're gonna pay, I tell my clients all the time, if you like the trees, you're gonna pay for every ponderosa pine that's on your lot. So this is one where if you're willing to put some work into the house, then you can get into this neighborhood at a better value.
You know what is nice about this? Really nice about this is it is single level living. I mean, you don't have to go downstairs. If you're looking for something on one level, you drive in, you take your groceries right inside the door, and there you are. You don't have to take them up and down the stairs, which is really attractive for a lot of people. This is on 0.21 acres. Did we talk about square footage? It's just
No, just over 2,600 square feet.
It's a 2-bedroom and 3 bath.
So the bedrooms were really large.
So once again, we really believe that this has some great value to it. Again, with some very moderate upgrading and updating, you're going to have yourself a pretty nice house in Hidden Valley Ranch.
The next house that we previewed was 1151 Deer Run Road, also in Hidden Valley Ranch. This one is just over 2,800 square feet. It's 2 stories. And again, I think we're noticing a lot of these houses are 2 stories, but with that, you are getting the views. If sometimes that's necessary. So from the back deck on this house, we're getting some nice views. This one is 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And again, I feel like this one with some proper updating, this is actually, I'll call this one the super value.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, again, but this is 2-story. The nice thing about this one is you do drive into the garage and you can live on the upstairs level.
Right.
There could be separate living downstairs. There's a stairway kind of just, if you take a look at the home and come in the door, there's a fireplace in there. You're looking out into the forest. Just to the right of that is the stairway downstairs. You could really have 2 separate living spaces there because there is a walkway down on the I think it's the west side of the house.
But you can enter the downstairs from the
From inside if you want.
Or the outside,
Or the
so
outside.
whichever
Yep,
how you wanted
yep.
to set that up.
There's a doorway to the outside. Again, this is in Hidden Valley Ranch. It's quite a ways up there. The elevation's probably at about 5,500 feet, and you're living in the pines. Once again, this one had a lot of forest right behind it, separating from the neighbors, which is nice. And you're looking down, so over the rooftops. A nice home. Again, it probably needs a few updates and a few upgrades, but with a little money, I think this would be a nice home. Well, Hidden Valley Ranch is a beautiful Prescott community on the south part of town. They have approximately 750 homes that vary in sizes. There's also some condos and townhomes in the area. When we previewed these homes, there was approximately 10 homes listed. Recently sold around 31. The average price range for those homes that were sold were about $340,000. The nice, again, Hidden Valley has a community kitchen that you can share. You can have special events there. You just need to book it through the HOA. They also have a fitness center, an outdoor pool, a spa, and some tennis courts, as well as a workout room, which is a bit redundant seeing they have a fitness center. The nice thing about this is it really is a beautiful part of town. There, javelina, deer will be running through your yard. In fact, you have to be kind of careful while driving up there because you'll see a couple of deer cross the road, and then the rest of the family will follow soon after. Hazley Homestead has approximately 250 homes. When we were showing, there was active listings of 4, and recently sold were 15. The average sales price in the community was $310,000. Again, this was at the time of showing. They do have a pool, a spa, and some tennis courts. I think you'll enjoy driving around in the area. You should go ahead and take a look at both of these communities.
Okay, in this segment, we're going to ask some really common questions that all realtors get. So Simon, got a question the other day. Clients ready to make a move and they want to start putting their house on the market. What are some of the things that you recommend?
Well, the first thing sounds self-serving, but is to contact a real estate agent. We do this day in, day out. So the first thing I would recommend is bring a real estate agent out to your home. They can actually walk through the house and take a look at things that show well and don't show well, to make sure that which is supposed to be the featured item in the house, you're drawing the eye to that. We also do kind of a little inspection usually, kind of a, hey, you know, when it comes down to inspection time, you're going to get tagged for certain things. There's your eaves are rotting, or there's the water's flowing improperly. You don't have gutters on your house. These are the things that are going to slow down the sale of your property, and these are the things that's going to stop a contract in midway. And you don't want to lose your momentum once you have somebody that is actually going to buy your house.
So what about items, like I've been to a lot of houses that people lived in for like 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. You go in the house and you're really kind of cutting paths through the house because it's crowded.
Right.
And what do you recommend?
Well, the thing is, you get attached to your house, you start living in your house, you put a lot of things in a lot of different places because, well, you've run out of space. So a lot of clutter accumulates over 20 years of living in a space. What we would recommend is you remove all those. You're going to move. That's kind of the ultimate direction.
Sure.
So start packing. Start putting those things away. You want to reduce things down. You don't want pictures of the family. As much as you love them, other people want to picture their family, probably on the same shelf that you have your favorite dog. So reduce the clutter. And then once you're done with that, reduce the clutter again.
Yeah, and so I remember when we were getting a lot of listings from the banks, one of their primary concerns was curb appeal. Mm-hmm. And so what do you tell people with that?
Well, here's the thing. You're about to sell your home. You want to make the best first impression possible. So go and walk your property with a real estate professional, and they're going to tell you exactly what shows well and what doesn't. Curb appeal, it's the first impression. So make sure your home is ready, a fresh coat of paint, that the gutters are not hanging off the side, that the roof is intact, that everything looks good, that you've swept the place clean, and that landscaping is looking the best that it can. Yeah.
And so now you got a seller, you got their house on the market, you're starting to show it. How soon should that seller start looking for their next place that they're moving to?
Well, I would recommend immediately. We have the tools to start feeding exactly what the client wants right at the get-go. It is a bit of a timing game. You want to be pre-qualified with your lender. You want to be ready to go so that when you are under contract, everybody knows when you want to move out, and the subsequent place that you're moving into knows, hey, we're closing on this date. We want to be able to move by then. So it's a timing game, and you got to be ahead of it the whole entire time. But the first steps are get yourself a lender and find out what kind of homes are on the market and where you're going to go.
And so if someone's moving out of the area, do you have a network of other agents that you use?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can contact real estate professionals throughout the United States. So if you're going to move, we know people in markets that'll do the best job for you. So we'll give a referral, get the name out there, give you somebody that we trust, and you can start doing your pre-purchase routine.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you, Steve.
So, hey, Terry, we got some questions from the audience, and one of them that keeps coming up more often is the effectiveness of open houses.
Okay, that's one that I like. So as part of my marketing plan, when I list and sell homes, I do not do open houses. This is my personal preference, but when I explain this to my sellers, they understand. The biggest reason is that an open house is really for the realtor to find buyers that don't want the house that you're having an open house on. It's not an effective way to sell the house, to sell that house. People, you're going to get the neighbors coming through. You're going to get people who are visiting, tourists, who say, open house, let's just check this out. And you're going to have all these people without a realtor. They're not qualified. They're, for lack of a better term, looky-loos. And here they are walking through your house.
And there, a lot of times, if you have a lot of people, you can't really escort them through the house.
Right.
So,
right. Even if you had 2 realtors there, you can end up with, 10 people walking through the house. It's not safe. It's not effective. And in my 17 years, I haven't sold a house sitting at an open house just waiting for somebody to show up. In my opinion, if a buyer is serious, they're going to be pre-qualified. They're going to show up with their realtor or call me, and then we'll go through the house. But you just don't want random people walking through your house all the time. I've never understood the appeal of that.
Why somebody does it.
Right.
So let's say that your listing, because your listings tend to sell faster than most. Now your buyer wants to get pre-qualified and start looking for the house that they're going to move into. How important is that? And when should they do that?
They should do that first. A lot of buyers want to go look at houses first. And my answer is, let's get you pre-qualified first. And there's reasons for that. It's a gauge for me, because if you're qualified for a certain amount and we're looking too far under or too far over, we're just going to go in circles. So if you get pre-qualified first, I know what I'm looking for you. I will find it for you. And also we need to know the terms. Are you qualified for a conventional loan, an FHA loan, a VA loan? That all makes a difference for what you're looking at.
Sure. Now, you got your buyer, he's pre-qualified, and maybe he wants to go and check out a new subdivision. What are some of the rules with that?
They need to go, so if it's my buyer, I always tell them, do not go to any new construction without me. The builders, most builders here, no, all the builders here, require that the first time you go, you be with your agent. And that's fine, because you need representation. The people who work for the builder are great people. They know their job, but they work for the builder. So the very first time you go, you want to have me with you. And then, but after that, it's not like I would never go back. So I'm still going to go back and walk you through the process with the builder.
So those salespeople that work in those subdivision offices, they don't represent the buyer.
Not at all.
Not at all.
They work for the builder. And a lot of people think that they can't have their own representation, and they can. And it costs you nothing.
But they're really nice. They make you feel real comfortable. They, the impression is they are working for you.
Right.
But they're not.
But they're not.
They're not.
Because if there's a hiccup, you need somebody who's going to be on your side and go and fight to get things done. Maybe you're closing late. Actually, I had one where the carpet was wrong.
Right.
Well, the answer I got was, we'll get it fixed. So the answer they got from, that's the answer from
the builder.
The builder.
Sure.
So representing my buyer, the answer they got from me is we're not closing escrow until my client gets the carpet that they ordered.
So you made them fix it?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, well, very good. When they do enter into a new build contract, I know it's many months, sometimes 6, 7, 8 months, depending on the weather. And if a client lives out of town, how do they know that their property is on track to be completed?
Right.
On the same time?
Well, and again, this is a service that I provide. I don't know if everybody does this, but I'm always going and checking on the property. I'll do a weekly check. I mean, the paperwork is always there and I'm on top of, but as far as watching it, I go and take pictures, and if they're going to be out of town, they get weekly pictures watching the house go up, and
Wow.
people just love that.
That's great. Excellent. Well, thanks for answering a couple of questions, Terry. We appreciate your coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Prescott Gallery of Homes. I'm Terry Atkins.
I'm Simon Fort.
And I'm Steve Irwin. Thank you and have a great day.